I've listened to Ange Postecoglou's explanation of the issues at Spurs, and I find it one of the most enlightening interviews I've seen in many years. I wasn't necessarily a big fan of Ange at Spurs, but how often do we actually get to listen to the manager's side? We don't. They sign non-disclosure agreements, they get a load of money, and there's a reason clubs do that. We've seen it with Amrin, we've seen it with Maresca. You get no say. The press pile on, everything was your fault, you take your money and you have to stay quiet. Well, obviously, Ange is out of that period. He sat down on the overlap and he said what he said. Spurs are Spursy. They're not a big club. They wouldn't buy me the players I wanted. And effectively, it's caused a bit of a backlash. Some people having a pop at Ange, some Spurs fans agreeing, some are not. But this, I think, is not just about Tottenham. I think it's indicative of this Premier League fascination with head coaches and boards that take no responsibility. It's happening at Man United. It's happening at Chelsea. It may be happening at Liverpool. It could be happening at Arsenal. I don't know. But it's certainly happening at Tottenham, where manager after manager after manager, and Ange himself name-checked them all the way through from Pochettino, Mourinho, Conte himself, Nuno, and now Frank. Yes, look, they probably deserve the sack, but how hard is it to do a job when you're going into a boxing ring with both arms tied behind your back? And some of the things that jumped out to me is when he said, when we finished fifth in the league, I wanted people, and he name-checked them. I wanted us to go for people like Guéhi at Crystal Palace, Semenyo at Bournemouth, and Mbeumo at Brentford. At that point, they weren't the players that were going to Man United and Man City. This was 12 months before that. So they'd been identified. I mean, imagine if he'd got those three players, he gets a couple of kids, and he said, look, they're going to be good players in the future, but I needed players for the now. I'm getting players I've got to nurture, and I'm under pressure. And it's the same, actually, it's the same thing that United are doing. It's the same thing that Chelsea do. They go and buy these 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds who are good players, but they're not ready to go.